my presentation will be short, that's for sure. I want to treat this I want you to treat this presentation as a reminder, maybe, for developers. I just want to that this presentation will probably be useful for our future developers that will come to the office, just to show them what are the responsibilities of the developers and what actually I am doing in this company. Okay, so yeah, there's on our wiki page there's a nice sentence. QA team was established to support the work of web developers and to ensure the high quality of delivered products. And there are actually 3 important words in this sentence. First of all is the QA team, which is redefinition of a team word. Yeah, because the team consists of one person. For now, it's me. Yeah, I'm thinking about the team spirit and teamwork in this context. Okay. Yeah. So the second one is the last one is the quality of the delivered products. We want our clients to consider us as a high quality developers that develop high quality products. Okay, and I am here, or the QA team is here to support the work of a developer. Why I'm telling you about the support is because there are sometimes our developers think that the QA team is actually responsible for the high quality of a product, of a page, of a site, but actually it's not. Okay, so it's you guys that are responsible for your product, and I'm here just to help you to ensure that this is actually a good product that our client gets. Okay, and the next slide is about the things that actually you and I later on doing. So there are these are basically taken from our wiki page. Some quality assurance for developers, and the general ones are, are the old pages developed, are the client's requirements met, the general things. The precision is like reasonable pixel precision. Okay, no one wants to just be very pixel perfect, but sometimes I get the.
I know some clients that do.
I will tell it about a little bit later. Sometimes they do. Yeah, but if, let's say, some parts or some sections of a page are in completely different places than it should be, well, yeah, this is what you have to ensure that is reasonably precise. Browser check, like if the page displays correct in all kinds of browsers that we support and devices. Valid HTML, this is obvious as well. Semantic markup, it's like you use correct tags and stuff like that. Okay, this is basically after your job is done, I made all the same things again, maybe except some of the very like strict developing things, and I check it again. So the coding standard that our company have, which you can also find on our wiki page. Optimization is, you know what does it mean? The image, your code optimization, some stuff like that. Accessibility, all the stuff with alt tags, is the page displays without images and all these things. And development means if the standards that our company have during the development are met. And like I told you, these are actually your and my responsibility. as well. So I just on the next slide I want just to show you how the QA process looks from my side. Okay, so the first thing that I'm doing is checking client requirements. Sometimes clients, beside the actually design, they give us some detail explaining about how they want the animations to work, transition, hovers, sliders, and etc. And this is on the red thing is very important for me, for you and you to remember that when you giving me the product that is ready for QA, if you can please inform me if there are any changes to the layout or to the requirements that you talked with clients during the whole process, because it is really time consuming for me to check the page, and after that it accuse that well this part shouldn't be there actually because client said a different thing during the whole process. Okay, so if you preparing a site for QA, then please just admit there are some changes that client. You don't have to be very specific, but then I know that I will have to find something in all the conversation that you doing with the client. Okay, and the second part, like visual testing, browser devices, is the longest one, the most time-consuming part. It is actually a bit different thing than the testing that you will hear later from Arek or Michał, because it's more like the game, like finding the difference on the two pictures. Sometimes it looks like that, and yeah, I'm checking all the site on the different browsers, different devices, and functional testing. I call it functional testing. So, like checking if all the forms, links, and drop-downs work correctly, and if it's needed, then also the backend testing, like in WordPress, adding new content and something like that. Okay, so this is the most time-consuming part of my work, and yeah, I'm checking the validation very quickly, and I will show you later what I'm using, and maybe you have some other ideas. So don't hesitate to tell me about it, or just ask questions if you have any. Adding to-dos. This is something we have arguing in Goody, how to write to-dos. Okay, this is the Basecamp version, to-dos, and verifying fixes. This again one question for you. When you're doing a fixes, please do not close the tasks. Just assign them to me. There are some days that I have a lot of things to do, a lot of projects to check, and if you just close the task, I would probably miss it. Yeah, I know how it sounds. If the task is not addressed to me, assigned to me, I probably don't know it exists. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if you can, you just don't. It's also an question ask to producers to remind developers not to close the task, because it's much easier for me to verify them. And yeah, and after verifying fixes, I do another like QA round and checking your fixes, and then adding to-dos, and then checking your fixes and adding to-dos, and sometimes it takes like a week. Okay. Not very rarely. Yeah. Okay. Now these are some tools that I'm using. Probably you know about them. Maybe if you don't, you can try them. I'm putting them because I had a few questions from the developers asking me when, for example, how do I have validation errors on console in Chrome. So yeah, I'm using Chrome Developer Tools, and the Perfect Pixel is one of Chrome extension to very swiftly changing and quickly checking the pixel perfection of your job. And do you use this one or not? Maybe
Yes.
using it. Yeah, there's some trick in scrolling the page when you load it. I'll show you because I asked Milos to. There's not one. Okay, let's close this console. Yeah, and this is the one here. You're just adding PNG or JPEG on here, and then you have another layer of the design, and you adjust the opacity of the image. And it's very quick. I'm using it, but not very often. Not very often, because when what? Something's broken. Miłosz, help. Yeah. Okay. I'm not using the pixel, Perfect Pixel tool very often because, like I told you before, mostly we want a reasonable pixel perfection of our web page. But sometimes there are clients that are very, very detailed about their design and very strict. And if I see that the client on the design put a very precise like paddings or sizes of each element, he will probably want you to do it exactly the same. So then I will tell you to move this button 1 pixel to the right. No, one more. Oh no, one more. You should do it one more. It's like I'm not want you to get mad when I'm doing that, but probably if we release this kind of web page with not that pixel perfect job done, the client will do the same, and so it's better for us to do it like internally, not let client to give you feedback like that. And the validity is this tool that I'm using for quick validation. It's very easy, and why I'm using Interia is because when I do the validation on our X5 site, there's no validation errors. So I just want you to show how it works. So when I open the console and you click, let's refresh the page, and you click this button here, this one, you will get the validation errors at the bottom of the console, and it's very quick, fast to check. Sorry.
We'll cut it out.
Yeah. And you will get all this validation.
Talk about the word shoot.
Shoot. Yeah. And this is the same thing you will get when you visit the W3C page, yeah, for validation. So yeah, I use this one. And the last one that I want to tell about is the Ghost Lab. I used it before. Probably I will start using it again, and I can show you it like live, but it connects the web browsers that you have and imitate and do all the scrolling on the other devices and web browsers. So if you're filling a form and you want to do it on the other devices or browsers to check if it works, you don't have to do it like twice or 3 times. You're just doing or scrolling on the one, and you have the same actions on the other connected to it. It's very useful, but sometimes when it's all flickering like that, it's a strange feeling. And yeah, these are the tools that I'm using. Okay, and the common mistakes. Well, this suspension mark, I think it's called. It's here because I want you ellipsis. Yeah, I want you to like add something to it. If you remember or if you know about the adjustment that's that coming to you back to you in the feedback that is repeating, we can put it here on this slide, yeah, just to remind and to tell to others what to look for. So the paddings, yeah, it's this thing with pixel precision. It mostly yeah, when I see like let's say top bar menu, it's like 1 on 8 of 10. There are some differences in paddings between many items. It's like almost every time. So if you can please just look it more closely to these things, because the clients also see it like from the first look. Okay, the text. While I put in text adjustment like bags here, because this is very time consuming to check the font size of each paragraph, of each title, if the color of the text is correct and the font family you're using is correct. I think it's really easy. It's much easier and faster for you to just have an eye on it, just to remember about putting the correct font size than me checking it again on all those pages. So yeah, the text mistake is really common mistakes. Image scaling is another thing that is notorious. Yeah, when you have the small like thumbnails, images or something like that, it's usually thing that the clients see on the first look. So because what I think that the clients are very like images concerned. So it's when something is wrong with the image, they will see it like straight away. So if the clients see something is much bigger than it should, or the images do not show all the content that it should, they will certainly give a feedback to you about it. Forms and buttons are the things that it's usually on Internet Explorer 11 that happens. Responsive layouts, like a very common mistake is that sometimes on the design, when the client gives us mobile design, sometimes there are things that are not on the mobile, but they are on the desktop design. So please have a look and please remember about it. And this one is really annoying one. Not tested fixes, because sometimes, not sometimes, very often I'm telling you, it's like not particular to any of you, but in general, sometimes developers just put in fixes and doing to QA, putting it to QA to me, but it looks like it's not tested. It's like, let's say, yeah, change this font to twice bigger. Okay, yeah, it's changed, and I'm looking. Then no, it's not, and I'm thinking, how is that possible? Even if you me, yeah, it works sometimes. No, but yeah, remember just to check if your fixes maybe didn't break anything else on the page. Okay. If you have any other thoughts about it, and you know that you are making a mistake.
Thank you, Maciej.
Thank you.